Good evening, everyone. A very, very good evening, all of you. How are you all? Hi, Shubhankar. Um, we are going to be keeping our fingers crossed. Hello, Mayank. Good evening, Mahi, Pragya, Nia. Okay, we're just gonna kind of try and keep our fingers crossed for today's session. I mean, I hope that the session goes without any problems. I mean, last time it was another whole other thing, and thank you so much for being very patient with me on that. Hi Diksha, good to see you too. Hi Vaibhav, Bhupinder, Aryan. Hi Prasim, Ashi. How are you all doing? Right. Um, I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do today because मैं बताती हूँ और फिर मेरा सेशन बीच में रुक जाता है and then we're not able to do any of it और ऊपर से I think it's jinxed. It's just jinxed. Are these classes, are these free classes worth watching? Woman, movie bam, nice. We will see about that. वो आपको you will have to stay to watch and understand and decide. All good? Okay. Hi, Ujasvi. Ma'am and my technical, I think it's just stars are not aligned well, I think. हाँ मैं after the last session आ रहे थे little taken aback honestly. और मैं ऐसे डर डर के आज ऑनलाइन आ रही थी कि यार आज कुछ नहीं होना चाहिए. This is ridiculous. It's weird. So if there's any god related to devices and all of those things, I should probably start praying to them. Internet वगैरह के लिए. Okay. On that note, we'll start with 5 words. I'm going to tell you step by step कि मैं आज क्या करने वाली हूँ. नहीं तो it's all going to be jinxed. ठीक है? तो फर्स्ट चीज पे चलते हैं. द फर्स्ट 5 words that we're supposed to do, right? We'll start with the first one, which is again I'm going to show you some video. You're going to watch the video, tell me what do you understand by it, and then we will discuss the word. Okay, so the first word is gorge. All right, first word is gorge. I'm going to make you watch this video first, and then we will discuss what gorge means. So watch and then we'll discuss.
Okay, now what was that all about? Does it not taste good? Let me try it.
No, no, no. All gone. So good. Maybe Chandler has some left. It tastes like feet. I like it. Are you kidding? What's not to like? Custard, good. Jam, good. Meat, good.
Okay, so what Ross did, in specifically that the guy in blue, right? The guy in the navy blue color t-shirt, sweater, whatever you want to call it. What he did was he instantly ate everything, like ekdam se kha liya sab kuch, correct? So when we say gorge, when you're gorging on something, so gorge as in gorgeous wala gorge is different, right? This one is basically कि बहुत सारा खा लिया, right? The action of eating a lot is gorge. So when you look at it, think of this as to eat in a large amount, absolutely, hurriedly eat. Exactly. So imagine gorge could be like a gorilla eating. Like imagine the gorilla will not be eating slowly, delicately. Obviously not. He will just kind of devour everything, right? Binge is a very common word, so word that I'm sure everybody is aware of. Binging would then mean consuming something in large amounts and in large quantities, also greedily. So gorge exactly is that, right? So gorilla eating would be gorge. Eating greedily, cramming. Cramming also means ratna kisi cheez ko, correct? But that's a different meaning to it. Cram also means, consuming something in large amounts and very, very quickly and hurriedly. Devour also means the same thing. So if you gorge yourself on snacks like that, you won't eat your dinner. That means if you gorge yourself, that means if you eat, cram the way you're doing it, then you won't be eating your dinner. Something that your moms always tell you, right? कि इससे पेट भर लोगी तो दूसरी चीज क्या खाओगे, right? So that's basically gorging yourself, and it's a verb because it's an action that someone does. It's to binge, to cram, Also, they're saying you, please tell a sentence where gorge meaning comes to be cram. Yeah, you can actually say that if you cram on snacks, then you won't eat your dinner. That's also one of the ways. Cramming also means, ki jaldi jaldi ratna, ya that kind of thing. But cramming also means eating and stuffing yourself with something. So that's pretty much it. Okay. So that's a verb because it's an action that you are doing in the sentence. You being the subject, so gorge would be the action that you does on snacks. That's the first word. I'm going to take you to the second word now. The second word is peregrination. For peregrination, I'm going to make you watch this video. उसके बाद हम आगे बढ़ेंगे, ठीक है?
चल रहा है यूं ही चल रहा है कितनी हसीन है ये दुनिया फूल सारे झमेले देख फूलों के मेले बड़ी रंगीन है ये दुनिया
Okay, so what do you maybe identify by this? Exploration, wanderer, okay. All right. फिल्म सॉन्ग वॉइस इज वेरी लो परसों की लाउड कर दो ये मुश्किल है but yes you see that this person is in that sense you identify that this person is moving on a journey etc right so उसके लिए you might want to think of this as peregrination so they embarked on a journey this whole song is of a journey right and so that is peregrination that's a long journey that one takes so peregrination is imagine कि अगर आपको पूरा नेशन पैरों पे घूमना होता है so imagine how long this journey would be right कितनी लंबी हो जाती है journey अगर if you wanted to roam or wander the entire nation on your feet okay so that's peregrination a long very long journey we're traveling to different places it's not just like a journey कि मैं यहाँ से वहां चली गई it's like you're covering many places it's a longer journey so that's peregrination so mnemonic aid में हम सोच सकते हैं पैर पे roaming the nation is basically peregrination so she kept Aunt Lisa company on her peregrinations that means she gave her aunt company when she was going on this long journey all right a long journey of traveling to different places it's a noun because it's a long journey it's a noun because it's a thing she was accompanying her for a thing right that's the reason why peregrination is a noun also ATION if you remember from our previous classes ATION also tells us this is a noun so that was our second word अब मैं चलती हूँ आपको लेके on the third word so for the third word if you look at this gift ये I think everybody must have either a wood fire dekha ho ya bonfire dekha ho you I'm sure must have seen um everything here in such a sense right so that's this is jab koi cheez jal rahi hai but there is no flame as such that's smolder अच्छा smolder का कोई और meaning भी होता है क्या is there any other meaning to smolder to burn slowly without flame is one ठीक है is there any other meaning smoldering face silent killer smoldering look ठीक है तो when we say smoldering look let's say चलो ठीक है smoldering look के ही बारे में अगर let's say बात करते हैं तो what does smoldering mean what does that mean in that sense suppression suppressed or concealed state okay angry okay right smoldering look is more informal honestly right when you are saying that in an informal sense you basically saying that that person is to an extent sensual okay extent where this person is attractive in a very sexual way or sensual way that's smoldering look okay so that's another meaning to it right but that what we are thinking of or what we're looking at is Smolder as in to burn slowly with smoke and with no flames. That's what smolder means. So you can think of this as smoke and fire. ठीक है, smolder को हम वैसे याद रख सकते हैं. अच्छा, this is one thing that one of you is saying that the screen is not visible. Is that true for everybody? Is it visible, manageable, readable, legible, all of those? Okay. So smoke and fire से हम इसे याद रखेंगे, and smolder is what it is. Okay, smolder is smoke and fire. Perfect. Thank you for that. So to burn slowly with smoke, but there is not supposed to be any flame. That's just a koile jalate hain ya, and if you must have seen all of these things, right? So that's what smolder is. So the bonfire still smoldered as everyone fell asleep. That means the bonfire was still burning. There was still some warmth, some heat, all right, but there was no flame as such. That's what smoldering here could mean. Of course, he gave me a smoldering look is a very different meaning altogether. It's not it's nothing to do with fire there. It's just somebody who's very sensual. So verb hai ye kyunki to burn slowly hai, right? So smoldering is a verb because here the bonfire did this action of smoldering, that means burning slowly. Heading to the fourth word. So for this word zephyr, I want you to listen to this song. It's a very nice, soothing, smart song. Listen to it and then we will discuss. It's for the word zephyr.
बहती हवा सा था वो, उड़ती पतंग सा था वो, कहाँ गया उसे ढूंढो.
Okay. Zephyr is basically बहती हवा. ठीक है, like बहती हवा. No, also a very gentle one, right? What soft, gentle, very pleasant. That's zephyr. Do you remember this one? I don't know how many of you watched Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam? How many of you watched that movie? कितने लोगों ने देखी है हम दिल दे चुके सनम? It's a very old movie. I'm not even sure if you were born at that time. You've watched. अच्छा, ठीक है. तो उसमें if you remember, वो बोलती है ना ऐश्वर्या राय, समीर ठंडी हवा का झोंका. Do you remember that? So Zephyr is basically Sameer. Okay, Zephyr basically is ठंडी हवा का झोंका. All right, so that's the meaning. It's a light wind, it's a soft gentle breeze. That's Zephyr. So आप Zephyr को इस song से भी याद रख सकते हो, आप Sameer से भी याद रख सकते हो. If that's not bringing up any memories for you, Sameer is also one. ठीक है? So Zephyr carried the scent of the sweet smelling flowers. That means light wind, soft gentle breeze, the kinds that you would enjoy in general. Like it's not very gustful. It's not like बहुत तेज नहीं है. It's a very light, nice, soft, pleasant one. That carried the scent of the smell. It's a noun, of course, because it's wind. It's a wind, right? It's a thing that we're talking about. So it's a noun. Okay. Next पे चलते हैं, which is the last word for the vocab booster. So the song that we were looking at is this. Kaznar is the word. I will make you watch the song first and then we will start talking about it.
हाय दगाबाज रे, हाय दगाबाज रे, तोरे नैना बड़े दगाबाज रे.
Okay, not the best song, I would say. It's not the best song for sure, but वो ये कह रहा है दगाबाज, right? So he constantly is calling for some reason उसकी आंखों को complimenting, or I don't know what it is, right? So Kaznar is that. Okay, think of Kaznar as that one cousin who cheated. Okay, a cousin who cheated would be Kazna. So Kaznar would be the person who cheats. To cousin is to cheat, to fraud, to bilk, to con, दगाबाजी करना, all right? किसी को fraud करना, किसी को you know, maybe you're a quack, you're a fraud, you're a con man, and then you are kind of going and perfidy करना, बिल्कुल ठीक है. So again, the thing that you need to remember is that if we're talking about cousin is a verb, but if we're, let's say, talking about cousin, now that would be a noun. That will be a noun. ठीक है, अगर हम किसी को बोलते हैं you're a cousin, then that means you're the person who is committing fraud. So who is a cheat, all right, a fraud, a con man. That would be cousin as in a noun, as in a person, right? Cousin cheat कर रहा है. हाँ, exactly. So cousin who cheated would be a cousin. So she was determined not to be cousin. That means she was determined कि I will not be fraud by other people. I will not be built by other people. Nobody can con me, etc., etc. So that's that. So as we're discussing, cousin's verb, cousinor is a noun. Okay. All right. So those were the 5 words. Let's now take you to, ma'am, do you know in chance if calculator is allowed in IPM-IIM? Beta, it was. Let's also wait for their confirmation once. Okay, up until जो भी पहले, could you revise the words that we did today? All right, so we did cousin. We did peregrination, which means journey. We did gorge. All right, so which means to eat quickly and hungrily and hurriedly. Okay, we did smolder, which is burning slowly. All right, and we did zephyr, which is a light breeze. Those are the 5 words. So somebody can probably write it down for her, and she will probably be able to then look at them. ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, सब रिकॉर्ड होता है बेटा, वापस देख लेना. ठीक है. Okay, I am going to now take you to the second part of today's this thing, which is idioms. So I'm going to show you the screen for idioms, and we will start discussing once you see it on your screen. Okay. I'm sharing the screen with you. Here you go. So what we're going to be doing today is, Aryan, ma'am, is there any word like con woman? नहीं, ऐसा तो कुछ नहीं है. कौन आर्टिस्ट बोल देते हैं फिर वो उनको, कौन आर्टिस्ट. That's sad. That's sad. But जैसे हम business man और business woman करते हैं, we can actually do that. We can take that leeway and make a word of its own, because that's what we've been doing all this while, right? Okay. Today's idioms are based on fashion, on clothes in general. So it's about accessories or clothes in general. So the first one is caught with one's pants down. Imagine कि कोई somebody is in their house standing with their pants down, and suddenly there are like 5 people who come and start talking to you. How would you feel? You'd feel very taken aback. You'd feel I wasn't prepared for this. I for sure did not want to stand in front of them with my pants down. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so getting caught with one's pants down basically is being caught unprepared, being caught in a situation where you weren't ready to deal with whatever it was, right? So that's catching with one's pants down. So you might think of how the population of the entire world was caught with their pants down when the pandemic hit. Nobody was prepared, nobody was ready. Okay, so that is that. Hi, Anchit. That is, so basically getting caught off guard, right? My students caught me with my pants down on Monday, forgot about the field trip. That means everybody remembered what the field trip was. This teacher did not remember where the field trip was, and she was then unprepared. Right? So that is what getting caught with your pants down means. That's the first one. Second idiom जो हमें करना है, which is have a card up one's sleeve. Having a card up one's sleeve basically means that you have a reserved plan. You have a plan B, which other people don't know about. So let's say you are like, okay, मुझे IIM में जाना है, IIM में जाना ही है for whatever XYZ thing, and let's say मैंने entrance दे दिया, but what if I don't clear the entrance? I still have Jack. So that's having a card up one's sleeve. Although Jack doesn't work with IIMs, so don't even try. but I mean that's just an example. Okay, so having a card up one's sleeve basically it means that you have a plan B that people don't know about. So have a secret or a reserve plan. So I think Josh has a card up his sleeve because he wants me to wear a dress for fast food restaurant. So imagine that, somebody comes, your boyfriend comes and says, okay, you should be wearing a formal dress, but we're going to a fast food restaurant. Obviously, that person has a card up his sleeve. That means there's something that, he's not showing or saying, but there's some plan for sure. Okay? All right. Third, off the cuff. Very similar to getting caught with your pants down is off the cuff. When you say something without planning, impromptu, extempore. Okay, impromptu kuch bolna, offhand bolna is off the cuff. So I didn't have a speech prepared. Everything I said was off the cuff. That means मैंने कुछ prepare नहीं किया था. I didn't have a script with me. Whatever I said was an impromptu one. Everything and whatever I said was off the hand. That means off the cuff. It was completely unprepared. Okay, next is fine tooth comb. Fine tooth comb is very, very minute nuances and details. Doing something in extremely, very, very detailed and minute nuances mein koi kaam karna hai is fine tooth comb. So the police looked for fingerprints with a fine tooth comb. That means they looked at their fingerprints with very, very extreme care, being very careful, extremely careful, looking at things from a very, very minute angle. That's that's fine tooth comb. There was a fourth idiom. Let's go to the fifth one. So this is an interesting one. You can actually use it. It's put a sock in it. If someone is talking too much, होते हैं ना ऐसे कुछ लोग बोलते जाते चुप ही नहीं होते, and then there comes a point after which you're like, oh God, please शांत हो जाओ, चुप हो जाओ, for God's sake, right? So that is when you can say put a sock in it. Okay, put a sock in it, which means shut up. Simply put. Okay, shut up. चुप हो जाओ, बहुत हो गया. So that's what it is. So I'm sure you can use this. This will come in handy. I'm sure. This can be used very nicely. So when somebody's talking too much and you want them to stop talking, you can just kind of very nicely and politely say, put a sock in it. Okay, so put a sock in it and trying to tell a story, which means shut up, basically. Okay, so those were our 5 idioms. Let's now take you to the mentee part of today's um, session. So for this mentee, this time around, I want you to realize that we have quite a lot of things to be done. All right, बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जो हमको करनी है आज. And it's a mix of a lot of things. ठीक है? My neighbor, oh, absolutely yes, for sure. मतलब I can't even deny this. The one with the dog, right? I wish I could say he's just a little too old for me to talk to him like that, but yeah. My friend looked at his crush with fine. Okay, so yeah, looked or looked up basically. जब आप लोग Instagram पे अपने crush को stalk करते हो और comment section में check करके आते हो कि कौन है ये, that's looking at somebody with a fine tooth comb. Okay, when you show your talent, especially when you're stalking someone, that's fine tooth comb. And that's, I mean, इससे ज़्यादा practical नहीं बता सकती. ठीक है? All right, so that's your mentee code 17767147. मैं लिख देती हूँ यहाँ पे so that you don't, if at all the screen is not visible. I've sent it. All right, so everybody start joining in. If you're new to this, then you have to go to mentee.com. That's your website. Go to mentee.com. They'll ask for a code. So the code is in the chat box that I've sent 17767147. And once you're done, put your name in, and we'll start very soon. Okay, so the first question. So it's a mix, like I was saying, it's a mix of everything. It has a little bit of words, vocabulary wise, and there are some questions on this also. What do you call it? Yeah, grammar. So let's watch the first question here on the screen. So for your first question, he is dash the best officer by the management. Okay, my bad here. Considered. ED होना चाहिए था यहाँ पे. But in any case, even if ED है नहीं है, that's one thing. But आपके considered as and considered to be are actually wrong. Considered as and considered to be are actually wrong. We don't say considered as, we don't say considered to be. Okay? ये हम बहुत commonly बोलते हैं that I consider this person to be my best friend. I consider him as my best friend. That's wrong. Okay, it's just considered. So even if I were to use considered here, I don't know how many of you would have answered that correctly, but he's considered the best person in management. Okay, ED होना चाहिए था, sorry. So दो लोग, I don't know who these two people are who have actually answered saying consider होना चाहिए. I am very doubtful at the credibility of who these two people are. Okay. Anirudh, I don't know कि ये मैं क्या इसका समझूं और सैम भी I genuinely don't know मैं इसका क्या समझूं. Should I say you did it because you misclicked? Should I say तुमको पता था कि मैंने यहाँ गलत किया है? We will never know. So how fair does this happen? We'll see. Literally third for no reason. Okay, yeah, I'm not even going to read out the names here. It doesn't matter. The next is second question. I heard that there's no scam here. Let's look at the second question. He went. Okay, yeah. So he went to the mall with his mother to buy some dash. अब तो मैंने कोई स्कैम भी नहीं किया. कोई स्कैम नहीं था यहाँ पे. So 30 of you have answered this incorrectly. 30 of you say stationaries, etc. etc. One thing that you need to remember is stationary as in ARY means motionless, means not moving. Okay, whereas stationary with an E means eraser pencil वाली stationary. तो हमेशा याद रखो कि स्टेशनरी में जिसमें ई आ रहा है दैट ई स्टैंड्स फॉर इरेजर and that E stands for all the writing tools and all the things that you need to write and decorate, so on and so forth. So stationery as in the D option is correct. Now why is stationaries incorrect? With words like stationery, with words like machinery, equipment, furniture, luggage, etc., इन सबका कोई plural नहीं होता. So if you've ever heard somebody say, I'm going to go and buy some stationaries, या फिर if you've heard anybody say, I'm very fond of stationaries, that's actually incorrect English. Because you don't say, because there's no words as such. There is no word that exists in the English language which basically is stationaries. दोनों में से कुछ भी. Okay, yeah, even crockery for that matter, exactly. So stationery as in ERY is the correct answer. E से हम eraser याद रखें. So 21 of you have very fairly answered this correctly. Let's see whether Anirudh and Sam are still on top or not. Oh, not bad. They are, in fact, on top. Okay, so Anirudh on top, Sam second, Joe, Ati, Magical, Nandini, Mahi, Kritika, Agrim, and then there's somebody called Hello Ma'am. Hello back. Okay, third question. Antonym of unwarranted. Please be very careful where you're answering. So antonym of unwarranted, according to you guys, is justified. Very good. Unwarranted is something that's unjustified. Okay, unwarranted is something that is not called for. Now, if it's not called for, तो उसका antonym हो जाएगा justified, legit, something that is reasonable. Okay, so that is what the antonym would then be. 40 of you answered this correctly. Wonderful. That means let's see who's on top now. So Anirudh and Sam still going strong. At least they're answering correctly. Maybe I will just kind of give them for their credibility here. Anirudh still on top. Sam second. Row Nandini Agrum Neeman. Pratika and Aditya. Hello, Aman. Yash. Okay. Next question. Fourth question on your screens. For the fourth question, you have to give me synonym of effrontery. All right. We've I think done this word before. Very good. 39 of you answered this correctly. 13 have answered it incorrectly. Effrontery means being bold enough to say things in something, right? Being bold enough to be open, straightforward, calling a spade sort of thing, right? That's what effrontery is. So having audacity would then be, having the courage to speak. That's what boldness is, where this is common. Shy and timid are quite the opposites of effrontery, so those are incorrect. 39 of you answered this correctly. Let's look at who has answered this correctly. So now Anirudh, I think, has incorrectly marked his answer. That means Sam थोड़ा नीचे आएंगे शायद से. Oh no, Sam is on top. Ro is second. Neeman, Yash, Hanuman, Aditya, Nandini, Magical, Ati, Ojasvi. And I mean the same anyway, right? Yes, yes. Next question, question number 5. First question on your screens. Antonym of fallow. You're looking for an antonym for the word fallow. Okay, so according to you guys, prolific is correct. Bilkul theek hai. 23 of you have answered this incorrectly. Arid and infertile and fallow. All three of them mean the same thing. Infertile, arid, and fallow. Arid also means dry. Arid means something that's not very good for your agriculture because it's dry, right? Not very fertile. Prolific is productive, fertile, something that it produces nicely and well. So that's that. That's your answer. Antonym of fallow is prolific. In terms of your leaderboard, you have on your screen, oh, Sam answered this incorrectly. So now we have, I think, Yash. All right. Yash on top, Ro, Ati, Nandini, hello, ma'am, Anjali, Jasmi, Anirudh, Sam, and Agrim. Sixth question on your screens, everyone. So for your sixth question, you have to look for synonym of callous. Okay. So synonym of callous is careless. All right, absolutely. Somebody who is insensitive, careless, almost nonchalant. All right, almost insouciant, where it doesn't bother me, it doesn't matter to me. That kind of attitude is callous. Okay, so being careless, insensitive, etc. That's what callous is. Mature and sensitive will actually be quite opposites of the word callous, right? So they can't be our answers. 15 and 18. Okay, so that many of you answered it incorrectly. We look at Rose on top now. Ro kaun hai? Then you have Yash, Ati, Helmam, Anjali, Anirudh, Sam, Agrim, Neemam, Bell. Alright. Pretty bad day. I'm not going to comment. Not commenting. Let's go to the last question. So for your last question on your screens, the seventh question is Arohi hai. Acha chalo, badhiya, bahut badhiya. You have to look for synonym of cryptic. Okay. Cryptic is something that is not intelligible, something that is arcane, enigmatic, all right, obscure, you've used these words before, that means anything that you can't understand. So something that is ambiguous, something that's not very nicely and normally and easily understood, that's cryptic. So in that sense, I have who is the winner? Let's say, अरे मैम कोई चांस नहीं है, कोई चांस ही नहीं है, क्या ही बोलूं मैं. So you have Arohi. Congratulations. Arohi is the first one today. Yash being the fastest for the last answer is the second. Position pe Agram, Nimam, Anirudh. Oh, welcome back, Anirudh. Then you have Udhav, Bell, Ati, Mahi, Casper. All right. So congratulations all of those who were able to make it despite my scam. Hee. All right. And I'm going to see you tomorrow. No, I'm going to see you on Friday now. In the meantime, take care of yourself. Aryan was hello ma'am. अरे बहुत बढ़िया. पहले नहीं बता पा रही थी. Okay. When will the next mentee be? Beta, there will be sessions that are going to happen on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. So I'm going to see you on Friday though. Tomorrow you have Ashish sir taking the session. All right. Until the next time I see you, which is on Friday, take care of yourself. Be good. Stay safe. Have a very good night, everyone. Bye.